Throughout the ages, people have been searching for what sets extraordinary people apart. And so, we're now drowning in books and courses which teach us what extraordinary individuals do and what they think. Have you ever wondered why all these books and courses don't do you much good? It's because the reality is extraordinary people are all very unique, aren't they? They don't do any of the same things. They don't think in the same way. They don't share any of the same habits. For example, Johann Sebastian Bach was a very positive individual, confident of his immense talent. Beethoven, on the other hand, was negative. He struggled with his compositions. Einstein couldn't care less about fame. Freud had a compulsive need for fame. Da Vinci generated many ideas but didn't publish any. Bell systematically patented and implemented his ideas. Gandhi was soft-spoken. Martin Luther King was a very powerful speaker. Two very distinct individuals who did very distinct things. The one thing they had in common was in a world that thinks war is the way to peace, they saw non-violence as the way to peace. And in seeing the world in a way that others don't, they left their mark on the world. Edison was a natural leader, a team builder. Michelangelo was fiercely independent, not at all a team player. Yet, despite their differences, they shared one thing in common. They both saw possibilities that others had never imagined, and they both lit up the world with their imagination. So, if those who become extraordinary don't do the same things and don't think in the same way, then what do they have in common? Anything? They see the world in a way that others don't. They simply see what others fail to see. They see possibilities that others don't. This is the missing piece they haven't told you anything about. Everything else hinges on this one missing piece. This missing piece is what separates the extraordinary from the ordinary. Now you're probably thinking, how can this one simple thing possibly make such a huge difference? Good question. Let me give you an example. Let's say you have to decide what you must do with your business, and it doesn't matter whether it's a small business or large. What do most people do? They do what everyone else does. Isn't that true? It feels safe. It feels secure. It feels proven. So they follow the herd. But it is not really safe, is it? When everyone else is doing what you are doing, you struggle to stand out. And then, it doesn't matter how well you've mastered what to do. It doesn't matter how well you've mastered what to think. It doesn't matter how much money you have, or how much education, or how hard you work. All your blood, sweat, and tears, but mediocre results. Those who are phenomenally successful, they see the road goes in both directions. While everyone is rushing in one direction, they look for possibilities in the opposite direction. It doesn't even occur to most people to look in the opposite direction. It's just not how they see the world. Those of you who've seen my previous video will recognize this as yet one more example of seeing both sides of everyone and everything as a way of life. I think you'll be amazed at how this way of looking at the world impacts your entire life. If you haven't already watched that video, you absolutely must, and I've provided a link in the description. So getting back to where we were. On the road of life, if you can't see what you need to see, if you can't see around your blind spots, if you can't see what's up ahead, it's just a matter of time before you run into trouble. On the flip side, if you know how to see, you'll usually know what to do. and you'll get what you want. Yet, our schools, our colleges, our seminars and workshops, our self-help books and courses, our gurus, experts, authors, and thought leaders, even our own parents, shape us into little more than clones of each other. They teach you what others think. They teach you what others do. They teach you what others say, their habits, their methods, their best practices, their techniques, their tricks. But who is teaching you how to see the world so that you can excel in the world? No wonder so many are stuck. So now, you have a decision to make. You can continue as you always have. Keep learning what others do and think and say, but don't expect your results to be any different this time. Or you have another choice. You can learn to change how you see the world. If you decide to learn how to see the world, then do what you need to do to make sure you are notified of upcoming videos, because in those videos, we're going to look at 7 simple ways of changing how you look at the world. Yes, there are just 7 simple changes you need to make. And I know right now it might be hard to believe, but those 7 together make a world of difference with leadership, relationships, self-esteem, happiness, teamwork, presentations, negotiations, selling, innovation, parenting, and practically everything else. In the meanwhile, practice what we've talked about so far in this video and the previous video. Practice seeing both sides of everyone and everything. And don't do it alone. Surround yourself with people who are also practicing. Invite your friends, your family, your team, your co-workers to join you in practicing. You need to stay on track so that this becomes a way of life. And once it becomes a way of life, get ready. Get ready to see and experience the world in a way most never do.